Hello and welcome back to BR. I'm Ryan Weaver here with Ben, and today we're going to be talking about the Eagles' off-season choices. So I feel like that the Eagles should have at least kept C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but could have let go of Miles Sanders because of how much he was asking for. C.J. would have been a cheaper contract, just like how the Lions signed him. They didn't sign him for that much, even though he's a top-tier safety. Ben, what do you think of these choices by the Eagles?
I feel like Sanders is a definite one. He's getting old, and he was asking for a ton of money. Sean Penny's young, and I feel like he's going to help the team a lot, too. Gardner Johnson, I loved him. He was a good player. It would have been nice to keep, but I don't really know how much longer we could have kept him.
But besides that, the Eagles have also made some really good signings, as in Rashad Penny, and they've also signed and drafted players like Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Keely Ringo. I feel like Jalen Carter was a steal at 9. Even though all the controversy surrounding him, I feel like he still should have been a top 5 pick. What do you think of that, Ben?
Yeah, I feel like the Eagles definitely got a steal, and glad we did, especially since we lost Hargrave to the 49ers this offseason. He's going to definitely fill in there nicely.
It's also good that the Eagles have re-signed James Bradberry to another deal. He was a very good corner besides the holding call at the end of the Super Bowl. I feel like he was very good. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I'm really glad that we re-signed him. The Eagles' defense is probably going to be just as good as it was last year, but, I mean, a few tweaks here and there, but, I mean, we do, and we have some new players, but we'll see how they fit in. I feel like they should fit in good, but I feel like our defense will be definitely top 5 again this year.
Yeah, the corner situation will be a little tough. Darius Slay doesn't really want to be in Philly anymore, but they still have some good safeties, some good linebackers, and still a very good D-line. Also, the offensive line, they lost out on Isaac Sumalu, and they have also lost out on other guys on their offensive line. Oh, seems like we've got a caller.
Hey, what's up, guys? I arguably think the Eagles might have a better team this year. The defense could be a question at times, but I think the offense is better, and I think that's really what matters the most in the NFL right now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel like they do have a better offense. I mean, Jalen Hurts last year had a spectacular year, and I feel like he's only from what I've heard from like the coach and stuff, he's been working hard. The offseason is even better this season. I feel like, especially since they have a really good wide receiver class, good running back who can block and stuff. They have an amazing offensive line. I feel like the offense will definitely lead them far deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, the Eagles may be making a deep postseason run, but I don't know how they're going to compete against teams like the Vikings and other teams like the Cowboys, and their division has gotten a lot better. Saquon Barkley's back and healthy. The Cowboys are getting better. The Commanders, surprisingly, they are having a pretty good offseason so far, even though Chase Young is on the trading block. But the Eagles will be a good team this year, and it's guaranteed that they will at least be in the playoffs unless somebody gets hurt and their season just goes all wrong. What do you think the Eagles' record will be this year, Ben?
I mean, they have a very hard record this year, and their confidence is pretty good. I feel like they're going to have over 8 wins, but probably not much over 11.
Yeah, the Eagles have a way tougher schedule this year than last year, and I feel like that they could be a lot worse than they were last year, even though they were a top team, and they could still be a top team. They just have to figure out how to compete against teams like the Chiefs in their schedule and their division rivals who are also getting better this offseason. What do you think the Eagles will do to compete with other teams this season?
I mean, I feel like they just have to do what they do best with, giving the ball to the playmakers. Let A.J. Brown do the work. Have Jalen Hurts just be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it seems like that's all we've got time for today. We'll see you tomorrow on BR.